His round spectacles catch the shimmer of the night.
So as we all know, by dogpiling on poor Bimo there.
No, you did something really kind today. You brought all those toys to share with your friends.
YouTube Kids has a huge AI problem. So if you don't want your kids to see stuff like this.
Monkey sat on a sturdy branch, nibbling on a ripe mango. The sweet juice dripped down his chin.
Evident in their every move.
And get jump scared when their faces melt and stuff, then this is an important video to watch. And you'd be surprised that I'm actually not going to target the people that are making the AI videos. I think there's actually a bigger issue. So we got channels like Baddie in Business that are preaching to people that if they make this AI slop content, that they're going to make $10,000 a month, and which would be financial freedom. So I realize why people are getting the grift. Just think about this for a second. If there's a channel telling you how to be a famous YouTuber or how to make all this money, and their entire channel is just that, and they're not actually making the money, they're making the money off your hopes and dreams that you will make that money. They're not actually doing anything, and that is called a grift. So this one, even at one point she says, "I'm not a mother. I don't know what kids would watch."
That kids binge watch on YouTube, rack up millions and even billions of views. Because I'm not a mom yet and I'm not really sure what kids are really wanting. So I'm gonna head over to ChatGPT and
So as you can see, she just thinks that kids are cash cows, and she's pushing this, and she's telling you to go to ChatGPT and do this to make all this AI slop. And all that's going to do is have the 100,000 people that watch this, because she has 1.43 million subscribers. All that is going to do is flood YouTube Kids, flood the algorithm. So all these 100,000 people are going to be pumping out these videos a day, and everything's going to get lost, and maybe one person will make money because we find something like Bimo and it rage baits us all into commenting, and then they cash out. But not all these people are going to make $10,000 a month. I would actually argue that none of them watching that video are going to make $10,000 a month of kids AI slop, because you get it. Parents can't watch kids all the time. So let's say they're in the kitchen cooking and they throw something on. The more AI slop that people dump into this, they're going to feed back onto things like Miss Rachel. And I know kids channels make a lot, but they're not making it off AdSense. I don't even think YouTube Kids, I don't watch YouTube Kids, but from what I know, I don't think it even runs ads. I think a lot of it's off sponsorships. And you want to think like what your kid is watching is educational. So Miss Rachel, for example, used to be a preschool teacher. She's one of the biggest YouTube Kids educational content. You want that content to be educational. You don't want it to be just a bunch of slop that you don't know what it is. So it's just going to make parents distrust YouTube Kids. And so YouTube probably will have to get this problem under control. But it's just like anything. Infiltrate the dealer, find the supplier, right?
We find the supplier first, we don't have to worry about the dealer.
God damn. Infiltrate the dealers, find the supply.
She is a supplier. She's the one supplying them with this information. She's the one supplying them with false dreams. And she's the one that are just having people try to run a grift without actually caring about what kids are consuming. So yeah, I think Baddie for Business is an awful account. As you can see, she well edited stuff, but she just made an account basically prying off your hopes and dreams. And there's lots of accounts like this. So again, if you see an account telling you how to be the next creator, do all these tips and tricks, or how to make money, and here's all the tips and tricks, and their whole account is just all these tips and tricks, you've never actually seen them do it themselves, I would take a grain of salt when trusting it. I'm just trying to help you. And I know it's going to sound like I'm on this big anti-AI raid, and that's not even what I'm doing. I'm more of consumer protection. That's more about what I'm about, consumer quality, consumer protection, especially in vulnerable groups like kids and seniors. So kids, they can't really consent to what they're watching. And maybe it's a senior that is tricked by AI that's not as savvy to it. They're out of grandparents or something. You need to be careful with what they're watching. And people like this are just peddling this and just see kids as cash cows and nothing else. And I think she's awful for doing that. She can respond to me. She probably never will. I'm not a big enough channel. But if she wants to refute it, I will definitely go back and forth with Baddie for Business, because I think their whole channel's a grift. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. You all have the best day. Enjoy your weekend.